Hey yo! Hey yo! Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alrighty. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. You guys already know we had to have the beats on, baby, from the man, the myth, the legend, the DNAstrands, baby. You already know, man. We had to freaking pull up some beats, baby. We had to pull up some freaking beats. Welcome in. Alrighty, yo, Rise, what's going on, my man? Fro! My homie freaking Fro! Not only my homie freaking Fro pulling up and saying what's good, but also becoming an orbital wolf. My man, thank you so very much for becoming a member. I massively appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much for becoming a member, man. I freaking appreciate you. Welcome to the Orbital Wolf Pack on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the bronze wolf paw sub badge next to your name and the emotes. Can we get some hype in the chat for Fro? Thank you very much, my man. Fro, how are you doing? Eternal, how are you doing? Rise, how are you doing? Anybody else that may be watching this or listening to this, hello, welcome in. If you guys are brand new here, hello, welcome. If you guys are watching this from the past, if you guys are watching this as it is live, or if you're watching, if you're watching it from the past, I'm in the past. If you're watching this currently right now, later, I'm in the past. If you are watching this in the past, you're a time traveler, and that's cool. Can you tell me how that works? Because I would love to know about time travel. That'd be cool. Alrighty. but okay. Alrighty. If you're watching this in the future, I'm in the past. Hello. My name is Oborrok. I'm known as the White Wolf. My community is known as the Galactic Wolf Pack, and everything we do is about positivity. Welcome to the 13th episode of our podcast, known as the PAWCAST. Alrighty. Today, we are going to be talking about the rap industry. We're going to be talking about rap music, the rap industry. We're going to be talking about my homie DNA's life and what got him into creating rap music, his inspiration, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a great time. So our guest today is DNAstrands, longtime homie. I've known him for a good while. He's a very, very good dude. So we're going to get into this, man. Alrighty. All right. All right, let me see here. So, also Royal, welcome in, brother. How you doing, Royal? It's great to see you. It's great to see you, my man. Alrighty, hopefully all the visuals and the audio is good, man. I do hope so. Alrighty. Okay, all right. Now, so real quick, if you guys are wanting to keep in touch with any of the other socials, the TikTok, Instagram, the Facebook, or the Twitter, any of those, man, or X, it's called X now, I guess, but I call it Twitter, you know what I mean? But if you guys are wanting to check out any of those other platforms or see any of the other content that we do post, and also we will have little short form, we have a couple of them, but we'll have more little short form segments of these podcast episodes that we will, turn into like a YouTube short, TikTok video, that kind of stuff. If you guys are interested in any of that, all of my socials are at Oborrok, so Oborrok. If you guys are interested in checking those out. But also, we do have a stream schedule. We're currently live, okay? We're currently live at this very moment. But again, if you're watching this or listening to this in the future, I'm in the past. Hey, hello, how you doing? Alrighty, but we do have a stream schedule. Okay, so we're currently streaming this, but we do also have a stream schedule where we stream games. We play a whole bunch of games. We hang out with the community. So we do this on Twitch. We do this on another platform called Kick, Kick, and we play a whole bunch of games. We play a whole bunch of games, man. We play Cyberpunk, Update 2.0, baby. You know what I'm saying? We play The Witcher 3. Sometimes we play Diablo 4. Sometimes we play Fortnite. We play a lot. I'm not gonna lie, we play a lot of Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie, we definitely play a lot of Fortnite, but we play a whole bunch of games. If you guys would like to be a part of the community vibes and check it out and see what it's like, then we do have a Kick channel, also at Oborrok, and we do also have a Twitch channel at Oborrok if you guys are wanting to check that out. Oftentimes, I am live Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 1:30 p.m. PDT, but sometimes it changes a little bit. So if you guys are interested in that, man, again, Kick and Twitch at Oborrok, Oborrok. Alrighty, man. Now, if you guys are enjoying these podcast episodes, first of all, I just want to say it's insane that we are on episode 13, man. Absolutely freaking insane. We're on episode 13. So thank you guys very much for supporting this series so far. And I just want to say that I'm really excited to keep this series going. So thank you guys very much for the support. And thank you guys for enjoying this series. I really massively appreciate that. Now, if you guys are enjoying the series and you guys are excited for this episode, please drop a like on this episode if you haven't already done so. If you are watching it live or if you're coming back to this and watching it once it is a VOD, I would massively appreciate it if you guys drop a like on it, as it does help out a lot. And also, if you guys haven't already hit that subscribe button, hitting that subscribe button does help out massively. So everyone that does subscribe, I massively appreciate that. And again, Fro, I want to say thank you so much, my man. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you very much for becoming an Orbital Wolf over here on YouTube. Thank you so much, my man. Thank you. You said I'm doing well. I said I got you, homie. Thank you, my man. Thank you very much, man. I'm glad you're doing well also. And Royal says, we are here. What's up, baby? What's good, man? Rise says, good for days. Good. Excellent. 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 Okay. Now, so we do also have our podcast on Spotify. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify right now, hello to all the Spotify listeners. We appreciate you guys so much. If you guys are enjoying this podcast, share it with your friends. I'd massively appreciate that. We do have it on YouTube. We do have it on Spotify. You can listen on Spotify. One episode, I believe it's episode 6 with my bearded dragon. You can actually see the episode, but on YouTube you can see all the episodes, and then on Spotify you can listen to all of them. But again, I do believe episode 6 or whichever one it was with my bearded dragon, you can actually see that one on Spotify also. Okay. But so we do have this on Spotify, and if you guys are interested in listening to it on Spotify, I will provide a link to that. And again, everybody that has been checking it out on Spotify, thank you guys so much. If you haven't already done so, please drop us a follow on Spotify and leave us a rating. You can leave a rating on Spotify. Also, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you guys would like to ask DNA, anything at all, stories of the rap industry of your own or anything like that, you guys are more than welcome to leave those in the live comment section as this is live, or if you're coming back to this watching it once it is a VOD, you can leave those in the comment section down below, or on Spotify you can leave them in the Q&A section, because if you scroll down a little bit, there is a Q&A section on Spotify. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, you can definitely do that on there. Now let's call the GOAT. Let's call him up, man. Let's call him up. Alrighty. Hello. What's going on, my GOAT?
My computer decided that when I reset it, it was a perfect time for my computer to Windows update. So I'm like I should be able to log in here in a second and turn my camera on.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, man. You are all good. You are all good. We are currently live, my man. Say what's up. Say what's good.
Hello.
Alrighty. All right.
Good chat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fro says anytime, homie. Appreciate you, my man. Are you gonna put it on YouTube Music? The podcast? That would be very interesting. I need to look into that more, but I would definitely be down for that. Yeah, I know they have an actual podcast, or it's built into my brain now to say podcast, but I know they have an actual podcast section as well, like an actual, because they had, like, people do, live podcasts like this is, right? But now they have an actual podcast tab or section on YouTube.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. That definitely is pretty cool, man. Alrighty, let me
here we go.
Get my
on the PC.
Sure, let me get my camera working here. Alrighty, so I got you on this camera, not the one I'm using for the other one. I got two cameras. Now let me stop. All right. Alrighty, but I got you on this one, so you can see me. Alrighty, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. See you, my man.
All right, can you hear me?
Woo, that mic extra crisp. Golly. That mic extra crisp.
Oh, that's not working. Hold on,
You're all good, man. You're all good. Let me actually, in the meantime, no, this is perfect. In the meantime, let me make sure you are turned up because I want to make sure you are coming through loud and clear, brother.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Wolfpack, can we get a quick confirmation? Is DNA sounding good? You guys hear him well?
See the issue.
All right.
Let me grab my cord.
Mama Wolf, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. And Royal says loud and clear, boss. All right, awesome, sweet. Sweet. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that, man. Alrighty, dude. We're gonna get into this, man. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, DNA. DNA is sounding great. I know that mic quality is fantastic. What kind of mic do you have, man?
I have a Rode NT2A.
Ooh, very nice. That's what's up. Rode
It
mics
is
are good.
a studio recording microphone for music.
Hey, freaking yes, it is. Abso-freaking-less. Yes, it is. Golly, that junk is sounding beautiful.
I double it as my mic on the game because why not get the most use? The thing cost me like an arm and a leg.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a Rode mic. It's a Rode mic. Alrighty.
I'm having a technical difficulty right now.
No, you are all good, brother. You are all good. No worries at all, man. All right. It's good to be able to talk to you, man. It's good to be able to get you in here and talk to you, man. I know it was pretty quick too. I had dropped the idea to you, and you were like, "I bet Friday," and I was like, "Hey, yo!" So thank you very much, man. I appreciate you for wanting to hop in so soon. I very much appreciate that.
That's okay. Second monitor coming back in. All right. Let's now. Boom. Okay, I got my camera hooked up. Let's see. Let me.
Hey, there's the go. Hold up. There he is. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. That is a nice looking mic setup. Golly. Hey.
Is it clear?
Yeah. No, you're looking good, man. You're looking good. All right, I'm gonna swap over so they can see you too. There we go. Look at the go. Look at the young go. Yes, sir. That is Mr. DNA. What's going on, my go? How are you, sir?
Oh
Good
man,
to see you.
long day at work, then straight to get clothes because I've been going to the gym.
Yes, sir. No,
So
I feel you.
all my shirts do not fit anymore. Like they're like okay, but like like when you get a little bit of muscles, they don't
Yeah,
fit over
hey.
the stomach as well.
Yo.
They're not long enough.
Yo, talk your stuff, my man. Talk your stuff, man. Yes, sir.
So I had to go get some new shirts.
What muscle group
Work
did you hit
stuff.
tonight?
Today, actually, I didn't have time to go. I'm not gonna lie. I went. I had to drive 30 minutes, go do laundry, and then go to the Old Navy because they got like $8 shirts. Just I need random colors, just some work stuff.
No, I
And
hear
then
you.
I went to eat tacos, and then I left from tacos at like 6 o'clock. It's like a 30-minute drive back to the house. So I drove back to the house, and then I'm here. I'll probably be there on Sunday though.
Hey, I love it. No, I love it, man. I love it. Yo, you busy guy. You busy guy, man. Golly, this man going all over the place.
Full time.
Yeah, I
I'm
hear
working
you.
full time, man. Shit, not a lot of time. Not as much as I would like to do. Like, let me put this up a little bit. Not a lot of time to do like gaming, which sucks.
Yeah. No, I've been seeing your Twitter clips on MK1. Is it MK1, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah, how you been liking it? How you been liking it, man?
I mean, I got into Street Fighter recently.
Yeah.
Because I started watching 5 because I knew 6 was gonna come out, and I played a little bit of the beta on 6, and I was like, man, that game looks fun. And I got addicted to like watching high level play on on 5, and then I was like, maybe I should just play 5. So I like played 5, 6 came out, pretty good at 6, but I'm an MK baby, so I'm going into back to what I love, and we have air combos back for the first time in like many years. And coming from being top player in multiverses and
Yeah,
being that
by the
18
way,
global.
By the way, this man is top. You said top 18 global.
Yeah, I was number 18 in ranked. I mean, I'm top 10 on over half the
Bro.
roster. I'm not gonna lie. And then I was one ranked Black Adam for more
Yeah,
than a couple of years
I
in,
do
in
remember
teams.
that. I remember seeing your shorts
And
on that, your videos on that.
yeah, so like that gave me a little. I was a 22nd person actually to reach Grandmaster in teams.
Jeez.
So that to me was like a big achievement because like I've been competing in that game since it came out, and I wanted to be a top player. And then I finally got my shine towards like the back half of the game. So it was like sad to see it go away, but I'm excited for it to return. But just taking that knowledge that I learned in there and then applying it from platform fighters to 2D fighters is like there's not a lot of stuff that you could carry over into a traditional fighter, but a lot of the mentality stays the same. Like being really good in something, if you want to be the best at something, like that mentality, it doesn't really matter what you play, it carries. So I
Right.
got to take now I'm going into Mortal Kombat right with a whole new mindset, significantly different than what I had before, where I was just kind of like playing the game for fun. It's like now I have like this good mindset and I'm doing crazy stuff. I'm playing like the worst character in the game, but I'm doing some crazy stuff. So
No,
you know,
I've seen some of your Twitter clips, man. You look like you're going crazy. Absolutely.
yeah,
But
best Mortal Kombat in recent years, bro.
no,
Best
I love
story
that.
I've played probably ever in Mortal Kombat. It was just so well put together. But yeah, I've probably put like 50, 60 hours into it already.
All red, dude, it just came out. Golly, you're
Yeah.
grinding, bro.
If I'm not at the gym, I'm in the lab.
Yo, no, you know what, man? I feel it. I feel it and I respect it, man. I respect that dedication too. I respect that dedication and I like what you said too. Like, even if there's not like a technical like thing you can carry over from, platformers to 2D, right? I like that you can still have that mentality, right? You have that
Yeah.
mentality of like you want to get really good at it and you got really good at this. Now I'm gonna take that mentality of what it took to do this. I'm gonna do it in this. I like that.
Yeah, because like the problem solving in at a high level is like being able to assess what you're doing wrong without somebody else being able to come in. Like it's nice to have other people that can help you, but it's just like being able to what's the word be self-aware
Oh yeah.
and pick up on your own bad tendencies is something that I'm getting better at. But it's just like I would feel like I did the right thing in the moment, but then I'd look back right at the VOD and I'd be like, oh wow, yeah, I don't know why I did that, but like in the moment I'm like, oh yeah, that was the right choice. But then like VOD reviews in fighting is like a big thing. So like going back and watching your decision making and then just being able to be like, oh okay, yeah, that was really enlightening. I never did that. I always hated looking at my clips, but like as I got better, it didn't bother me as much because I'm not seeing like, oh why did I do that? Now I'm just like, oh yeah, I should have did this instead. So that helped a
You're
lot.
looking at it in like a constructive way. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
exactly.
I like that, man. I like that. So that's freaking sick, man. You said like 60 hours already. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I love that, man. I freaking love that. How was work today, by the way? Hopefully it was good.
Long. I mean, it wasn't actually long, but um I mean, I basically work for veterans. Like all we handle is like we're a specific part of FedEx, but we're contracted through the government, so I'm not like if you get a package, I'm not handling your mail. But if
Yeah.
you're a veteran that needs medication or hearing aids or something of that nature, that's all just for veterans. So like I'll work on holidays. Sometimes I go in on the weekends, but we're there to serve the veterans that served our country for many many years. Put their life on the line. So it's nice to do something where I feel like I'm kind of giving back in a positive way that makes me feel good.
I love
And
that,
it's
dude. I
so
love
easy,
that.
right? It's like, bro, I'm not no 25-pound packages. Like we're talking maybe 5 pound tops. Like you're not lifting anything over 50 pounds. And if you're lifting 50 or somebody's helping you lift it. So it's
Right.
like
Team
it's
lifting.
really I like the best way to break it down without trying to go into it too much that I like to tell people is just like, when you're at the fair and you're doing ring toss, you're trying to toss like a ring on a small bottle. I'm throwing a small package in a giant hamper. I'm basically playing ring toss or skee ball, if you will, but for dummies.
No, I like the way you put that too, man. I like the way you
It's
put that.
fun. I like I
So,
have fun doing it.
I mean, you have a positive outlook on it. Like you said, you feel like you're kind of giving back as well. You're doing, I mean, you're doing something for a great cause also. Like
Yeah.
I love that. I really love that, man.
And
That's what's up.
and where I work too, it's like there's not a lot of great jobs where I'm at. So it's like I make really good money compared to a lot of people, and it's really laid back and non-stressful.
That's what's up. Having like a
Oh,
low
thank you.
stress, having like a really low stress work environment, it's important too, man. You know, it's important too, but also if you like genuinely enjoy what you do, right? I mean, if you have
Yeah,
like a 9 to 5, if you know, make videos or whatever your occupation is, right? If you genuinely truly enjoy what you do, it doesn't even feel like work, you know?
no,
It really doesn't. Like you said, like you feel like it's nothing
cheers.
that's hey, okay. What you got, man? What you got? Chasing it.
A little
Ooh,
bit
with
of
that
whiskey,
green. Yo, this man just took a
whiskey and
whiskey.
Gatorade, man. It's the
This
tech.
man, this man just took a whiskey shot and then and then chased it with a green apple Gatorade. Why,
Got to get them
yo,
electrolytes, man.
why does that make me feel like that would taste like a caramel apple? Yeah, like a caramel
It
apple?
kind of does.
It
It kind of
does?
because it's
Dude.
honey. It's honey whiskey, so
Honey Wit,
it
man,
yeah.
this dude's got the strat. This dude's got the
Hey,
strat.
because you got to think when you drink, you are losing a lot of electrolytes. So it's
Yeah,
like
no,
Gatorade is
absolutely. I
kind of
mean, it's if it's poison, basically, you're
yeah,
basically poisoning your body.
yeah,
You know what I
hundred
mean?
percent.
Yeah. So,
And
no,
then
I'm
it's weird because it makes you sick, but you feel good. Usually when you're
yeah,
sick, you don't feel good.
yeah, man, yeah. No, try. Let me tell you what, dude. Yeah, I understand. I hear you. All right, man. No, I love that. Thank you for breaking that down, man. I appreciate that. So
Yeah, no problem.
let's jump into the music here, man. When it comes to music, what would be your earliest memory of music? Like when music just really kind of stuck out to you for the first time. Like when was that like, oh snap
Like in
kind of
an
moment?
inspirational way or in a way where I was like, what
Just
the
like
hell
when
is this?
you yeah, but like when you discovered it, like you discovered music and you were like, oh word, like, you know?
I think I was in the I was like really young, like sub 10. And my dad, he's not like my real dad, but like basically like my dad. He we were driving from Pennsylvania to New York, or sorry, New York to Pennsylvania. He had a job there, something of that nature, right? And we were in the car and we're listening to like classic rock, like Metallica
Yeah.
type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just remember it like I'm listening to it and I don't know the song, but I'm listening to it, and in my head, I can hear the next word that the guy's gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Like I could think of the
Yeah.
lyrics, but I didn't know the lyrics, and I was like, so I thought I was so cool. I told my dad, I was like, it's like I know all the words. I was like, I know the words to the song, and he goes, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Sing it." And then I tried to, and I couldn't. I was like, "What the heck?" Like I don't. It's like I actually don't know the lyrics, but when I was listening to it in my head, I just knew, and I was like, that was like a weird feeling, and I kind of just tapped in. So then I kind of just got like, that was when I really started paying attention because I was paying attention to lyrics. I was like, nobody ever told me anything about that. I was just super young, but I really tapped into the lyrics, and that's was probably like the first time when I was like really young when I was like, man, this is really cool. Like it made me feel really good, and I was just listening to it, and I was like trying to sing it, but I didn't know the words, and I was like, okay,
I
yeah,
like that. I like that,
that
man.
was really really early, like really
No,
before I even knew what music actually was. You know what I mean?
I like that. And no, I definitely get what you mean cuz there are oh dude, there are moments where I'm listening to a song or something. I haven't heard the song in years or I've never heard it and like I've had that happen before, right? Like
Yeah,
I'll try to like actually word it, right? And this could be a song that I know too, right? Or like I like somewhat know it. I'll try to actually word it, but then I'll mess it up, but in my head I
yeah.
knew what he was going to say,
You knew,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like I knew what the artist was gonna say, but then I couldn't like you know what I mean. I'll be I don't know. Let's
You
just
couldn't
say like
articulate it. Yeah, I understand.
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just say like he says like I don't know going up the mountain, and then I'm like he's gonna say going up the mountain. I'm like traveling through the cave or like whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah,
I say something different, but I know what he's gonna say, and it's like that's so
yeah.
freaking weird. I've
And
had
it's
that
so weird
happen.
how it doesn't come out like what your
Yeah.
brain, you know what I mean? It's weird how the
Yeah.
brain works like that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The brain is a intricate, very, very intricate thing for real. It definitely
Bro,
is,
and
man.
I learned it's a muscle, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's yeah, man. I don't know. There's so many things about just I don't know, the way we think, how we think, when we think, like
and how it just differentiates in between each individual person. It's
yeah,
could be drastically different,
yeah,
especially
because you
saying
can
like
think the same.
my my woman behind me, she works with a lot of mental she works in a psychiatric facility. So
Oh,
she
that's what's
sees
up.
like the most extreme ends of the spectrum on people's thought processes and their problem solving, and it's like drastically different than
Yeah, yeah.
normal humans. But even like just me to you would be drastically different. That's why it's so interesting.
No, absolutely. Like, see, you said something, and I'm like, oh, like I've experienced that, right? We experience the same thing. We experience it in different ways, at different
Yeah,
ages, at different times, and like a different, it's so interesting how that works too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's crazy how that
100%.
works. But yeah, no, that's definitely interesting. That's definitely interesting, man. And also that's what's
I've been
up.
growing my hair out too, man. It's getting
Hey, I
long.
like it.
It's
Man's getting the man bun.
like
I
down
like
to
it.
here.
Hey, yo. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, it's mad long.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Yo. Um, no, that's what's up, man. What kind of headphones you got, by the way? I like those. They look awesome.
Audiophile headphones. So they're actually
Hey.
as a Tarkov enjoyer, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, you gotta hear every single leaf. You know what I
They're
mean?
Sennheiser HD 560s. So like about $300 or something like that, but they're reference headphones. So what that means is normally headphones compress and equalize sounds
Mhm.
just naturally. Even before you mess with the EQ, they just automatically do it. So what these are is they do absolutely nothing to the sound. So
Mm.
say you drop your video on YouTube, or you drop your song on YouTube or on Apple Music, or you made a game. However you made it and intended me to hear it, that's how I hear it through these. So
That
it's
is
it's
awesome.
one for one. So this would be like if you make like if you're an engineer or you mix music, and you're trying to hear exactly how it is, and you're not using monitor like studio monitors, these would be the way to mix, because it's so like if I get a mix back from my engineer, I can hear it exactly as he hears it, which is very important.
No,
And then in
yeah,
games
yeah.
like Tarkov, where everything is an audio cue, I need to have a very high range of hertz so I can hear every distinct sound, because it all means something different. And I don't want any one sound to be louder or quieter or compressed or equalized in any way, because it'll throw off. For instance, like if I hear wood, depending on how loud the wood is, I can know how far away you are and maybe what floor you're on, just based off of that. So if it gets messed up in any way or compressed in any way, then it actually affects how I would locate you. So it's like really good for being competitive in a lot of like games, like even Valorant. I can hear really good footsteps.
I like that. No, that's what's up, dude. So that actually, man, oh man, now I got some audio questions. Now, like I had some questions about just like rap music, that like in general. But now I got some questions about like audio specifically.
Yeah,
So there was a study that was done, I don't know, however many years ago, but there was a study that was done when it came to audio. And the person that explained this and was explaining the study was directing it towards YouTube videos and was saying quality of the video is far less important than the audio, or the quality of the audio, right?
yeah,
Like the quality of the video does not matter nearly as much as you think it does than compared to the quality of the audio. If the quality of the audio is bad, nobody's going to be able to,
yeah.
like
And
nobody is
with
going to be able
YouTube,
to.
YouTube actually automatically does some stuff to your audio.
Yeah.
I'm sure you might have noticed
Yeah,
that.
no,
But
absolutely.
that's why if you listen to anything that I have on Apple Music and you listen to it on YouTube, they actually sound different.
They do. No, yeah, I definitely will say my mix, like my version of how, like, so I got both of my earbuds in like this, right? I'm hearing you like a very specific way, okay? I'm hearing you like I'm hearing everything the way it's supposed to be heard, okay? The moment this goes up on YouTube, your voice is going to be quieter. You're going to be
Yeah,
quieter, the decibels are going to be lower, like something's going to be
100%.
changed. And it's so weird how that happens too, That's so
That's the
weird.
YouTube plague, is like is like what I like to call it. But if you go listen on, if you for instance played something through YouTube Music, you notice the the frequency, like the hertz range, it's
Mhm.
not compressed, so it's a lot wider, so it actually sounds crispier.
Interesting how they do
Because
that for
that's what
the.
it is like for some reason I don't know if it has to do with like size and space of it just uploads faster. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I do know that like because basically sound it's all hertz, it's all a hertz range, and like I can't remember exactly like what me and you were talking at, but it's I don't even want to quote it, but there's basically like a very fine range that we can hear without any assistance, and then when you get down into like down and dirty of it, um, with headphones or other assistants, you can actually hear different ranges that you normally wouldn't be able to. But when you upload, even on certain platforms, it will take the range. Like, say the range is 0 to 100, it'll take the range and it'll squash it from like 20 to 60. So you're missing 0 to 20, and you're missing 60 to 100. So it sounds weird
Yeah, no,
by comparison.
I can absolutely, definitely agree with that. Because just in my own experience with uploading YouTube videos, I'm just like, I wonder why this sounds like way louder and like like more flat than it did,
Yeah,
right? When I was actually recording it. And then I wonder why this sounds super quiet now when I know that I put it at, like minus 35, or something.
yeah.
Like, it's
They
so weird.
crunch that depth. They crunch that depth in the audio by reducing the rate, like the ratio, because, like I said, you can. There's lots of different frequencies of sound, but we can only hear so much.
Hmm.
So it's like if you took what we can hear and you cut 20% out of it, you're gonna notice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Do you think they do that because it's like videos? This man's
Here's
taking
again.
another shot. Hey, yo. I love it, man. I love it. I love it.
Honestly, yeah, because like in a video, like you were saying, you want the video to look good. So
Hmm.
maybe they're compromising on sound so the video can be 4K, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and
But when you
actually,
go into the music side, like YouTube music side of it, then it doesn't really matter what the video looks like. So maybe they're sacrificing the opposite on there, and that's why they
mhm,
have that platform specifically for music. But
I
I
like,
listen to all my like if I'm listening to YouTube music, like music on YouTube, it's YouTube music. I don't listen to it on like actual YouTube.com.
yeah, yeah. I need to practice that. I need to do that. I will say, man, like, this is a whole nother topic, man. There is so much music out there that can get you in the feels. And it can be like a
100%.
wide different range of feels, man. But there's this oh man, there's this one song. I'm listening to a cover of it, not the original. The original's like really slow, like, very like kind of like jazzy 40s,
Yeah,
right? But the cover of it is, oh man, like I don't, I wouldn't even be able to put it into words, but the way
that's good though.
this lady covers it, man, I'm like, I close my eyes and I just put in my earbuds and I'm like, what, like like dog, it is insane, the just emotional pull that it has on you. It's a song, but like just
Yeah,
the way you're like feeling the vibration and you're feeling these
I
frequencies
think
hit your brain, it's insane.
one of the best compliments, honestly, that I think I've like honestly ever had is like I've had more than a couple people, one of my really good friends, but tell me like, dude, when I heard that, gave me the chills, and I was just like, damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like that made
yeah,
me feel like I was like that because I hear music and I get that, and I'm like, damn, like it has to be crazy for me to. I'm really like I don't want to say like like an art Nazi when it comes to like music because I love all art and I respect you whatever lane you're in like, and I'm a firm believer. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I'm a super firm believer on okay, so modern day. Let me give you a scenario, right?
yeah, I hear
Say
it.
okay, so we got I'm going to use two really big common ass names that a lot of people would know. So you got Tupac and then let's say
Okay,
Eminem, right?
all right.
People love to compare both of them.
Yeah.
I can't. And the reason, so I have people because I'm so into music, I get all kinds of, hey, who's better, so and so or so and so. So it's like I'll get, who do you think's better? Like who's better, Tupac or M? And my response is my response is always the same thing. It's, bro, you cannot compare Tupac and M. They're like, why can't you compare Tupac and M? I'm like, okay, like people love to compare Jordan and LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's fair not to either one of them, right? Because they both were in completely different eras,
Yeah,
completely
absolutely.
different eras.
That's what Viking
And
just said too. Yeah, completely different
let's
eras,
say
everything. Yeah.
LeBron is like, okay, maybe okay. Now, what might be a fair way to compare them is after LeBron is retired, everything that he's achieved. Now, there's the counter argument that it's like, oh, what he did was harder because the competition it's a lot more competitive. It's harder to be a baller now. You know what I mean? Like there's all these counter arguments, but that's why I don't like to get into the nitty gritty with it, and I just don't think that they should be compared. I think a more accurate way to represent that would be, okay, compare LeBron and Kobe, same generation, same era, played against each other. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's a lot more fair. Like I can get behind that. But so when it comes to hip hop, it's like I can't compare Tupac and M because M probably grew up listening to a lot of Pac, and like M wouldn't be M without Pac. You
Mm-hmm.
can't say that M is better because neither one of them's better than the other. They made two different styles of hip hop, completely different styles. It's just not comparable. You're not going to go and compare FIFA to Call of Duty. You know what I mean? And that's
Exactly.
basically what I feel like people are doing. So like when it comes to like, it has to be a comparison by this at least the same generation or era. But I guess if you're comparing achievements, then it gets a little bit different. But as far as like, oh, who's better, that's the way that I approach those
Well, I
situations.
mean, well, I respect that. I absolutely respect that. But I also like how, you kind of look at it like if it's going to be compared, it's got to be comparable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right?
it has to
Like
be
if
fair
you're,
to both
yeah,
parties.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I like that. I like that you're like taking into account like respecting both of them, respecting what both of them have done and respecting the fact that
Yeah,
both of them are
because
from two completely different eras and everything.
and people look at it like in a weird way. They're like, oh, they both rap. Like, if like to people that that spit or do music, like it's not like that. Like you don't
Hmm.
both just rap. There's so many
You're rapping. You're
subgenres of
exactly. You're
hip hop that it's crazy to like compare two people because they rap or they make the same genre of music. Like I don't like country, but I could use that for a good example. Is like you have
mm,
such the duality of man. You have such yin and yang when it comes to country because this artist could be nothing like this artist. You could hate this artist and love this artist, and I hate country altogether. But I can look at it objectively and put my music theory on, and then be like, oh, okay, like I see what they're doing. Like, and anybody that does any music, like for instance, I do not like Drake. I don't listen to Drake like hardly at all. I'm not saying he's bad. Dude's fire. Dude literally has the recipe, like the recipe. He's probably going to be considered one of the greatest artists of our time. And he has the receipts. He has the statistics to back that up. But I don't listen to him. But that doesn't mean like, oh, I go, oh, Drake sucks. No, he's a lover boy. I just don't listen to music like that. When he made that tape a long time ago with Drake and Rihanna, where he had Rihanna on it.
mm-hmm.
Oh man, I think it had headlines on it. It was like back when he was like really in his feels in his bag, like, and he just got the Young Money, like that. That to me was like peak Drake. Like now he's just making music, but music has evolved. So it's like people will critique you for not making stuff that you made 10 years ago because they're like, oh, you're not the same. It's like
Yeah.
people evolve, we grow up, we get better, and I feel like
That
if you're
that's
a
the
fan
thing
of somebody, you
too.
want to grow with them in their art. You know what I mean?
I absolutely freaking love that because in any space, in any freaking occupation, in anything, like you said, you grow as a person, you grow in your skill, you grow in your maturity, you grow in your taste, like you
Yeah,
may hate country now, but in 20 years you may love country because country's
yeah.
completely different in 20 years from how it is now, right? It could be something
Now, some
completely
people
different.
change, is what I like to say. Some people change, some people evolve.
Yeah.
So, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Exactly. Exactly. No, because evolving, I mean, you're having a moment of growth, right? Or many
Yeah, you're
moments of
bettering
growth.
yourself.
But if you change, are you changing for the better or are you changing for the worse?
Are you changing because somebody else, you're worried
Exactly. Are
about
you
what somebody else
you
is
changing for
thinking
somebody
about it?
else?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because if you're not, that's the difference to me. Like, there's a fine line. Is like you change for other people and what other people think, and then you evolve because you don't care what other people think. There's a fine line in there, but it's just like, oh, what am I gonna do? I always want to glow up.
Yeah. That's very enlightening. I like that. I like your take on that. I like your angle on that. I really like the way you explain that. And I respect that. I really respect that,
Yeah.
brother.
You just got to be
So
better than you were yesterday. You're only competing against yourself. It's just a one versus one versus you.
exactly. Here's the thing. If again, like we said, if you're comparing something, it's got to be comparable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you
What a
can't compare
better
your
way to do is compare yourself to what you were yesterday.
exactly
And if you're
because
doing
that
better than you did yesterday, then good shit. Pat yourself on the back. You should be
At,
proud of yourself.
at the end of the day, the only person you're facing is yourself, really, you
Yeah.
know? And they also
And if
say
you
you
can learn how to make yourself proud, you can pretty much do anything. There's such a weird stigma, you know what I mean, about people being too confident and they think it's cocky. It's just like you don't know what somebody had to go through to get that self-confidence. So if they're glowing and they show it, like maybe that's good. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Maybe they never had that feeling. Maybe they're embracing it.
and
But
see
some people
and
will be like, "Oh, he's so full of himself or he's conceited." And then that's what I'm saying is then you have people that will be like, "Oh, then they start thinking about what other people are thinking and then they change, they don't evolve." You feel me?
exactly. Exactly. It creates a ripple effect of emotion. It
Yeah.
creates a warfare within your own mind of something that didn't even happen, but because you put too much thought into it, because you were worried about whatever somebody else said or whatever somebody else was doing, you weren't focused on your own path. You changed.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like that. I freaking like that, man. That is incredibly enlightening, and I appreciate you putting that spin on it too, man.
No,
Yo,
I mean, I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through so much stuff. Like people would think it would be a movie plot, or people would think I'm lying, or there's lots. Like I get the weirdest looks. It's just like I never really dive deep into it, but it's just like I seen a lot of things that most people haven't seen, and like yeah, I'm 28 right now, but I probably am like about 40 inside because of all the like I finished school when I was 16. I started working full time. I moved out when I was 16, full time working in a college dorm, living in a college campus at 16. Like that's like most people's dream. Like I didn't have it by choice. I did it because my living situation was so bad with everything. Like eventually, like I got to the point of where it was so bad, like I was gonna either hurt myself or I was gonna do something stupid to somebody else, or I was just in a really dark place because my mom wasn't around as much because she was trying to work two jobs and take care of me and go to college. And then on top of that, she was like one of the most functional addicts you probably ever would have seen. And when I say addict, I mean like she drank a lot, but she also smoked meth, like a lot. And it didn't like click to me until I got a little bit older and I started to put things a little bit more together. I was probably like 13, 14. And then after like realizing it and then going through like all of the bullying at school because it was a small town and people knew my mom was drunk and all the stuff that came with that, it just put so much stress on me that I didn't know what to do. So I told my grandma to come over to our house. She pulled up to our house and I basically outed my mom, and my mom tried to lie and say that she didn't. So I like went into her room and I grabbed the bag of drugs and I walked out in the pipe and I walked into the kitchen and I took it and I spiked it on the floor and the glass broke everywhere, dust and powder, crap everywhere. And I was like, I told you, like, I can't, like, I told my grandma, I was like, I think I'm going to kill myself. Like, I don't know how to live like this. Like, I'm 16 and I don't even get to be a kid. Like, I was losing it. So I like had a breakdown and she said, put my stuff in a garbage bag. So I put all my stuff in a garbage bag and I went to my grandma's and I stayed with my grandma, who only lived a couple blocks away from me. And then she sent me to another family member. But she was going to, but before then I ended up finding a place to live about an hour away from her. And then I started working at Wendy's 40 hours a week. And I'm not gonna lie, I started selling weed to make some extra money at that point in time. I was like 16. And I did that for a while. And I turned 18, tried to get a little bit of a relationship back with my mom because I told her at that point in time I hadn't talked to her for almost 2 years because I told her if she can't get clean or stop drinking or any like if she can't do anything, then I don't want her to. She's not my mom anymore. I basically told her that she's not my mom anymore, and that was like didn't have any communication with her for like 2 years. Um, I don't know what she did, but I'm assuming she went down a dark hole. Um, and I basically when I turned 18, I reconnected with her, and she was like really good at faking um, that she wasn't doing anything or that maybe she wasn't drinking as much and stuff like that. She was really good at hiding it. Like that's what I mean by functional. Like she would do everything. She would be blasted and go to work, and then after work go to college, and then after college go to another job, and then after that drive an hour home, and then like so she was never home. I basically like before that point it was just me. Like I could do whatever I wanted. I didn't have nobody on me in the morning. Hey, you need to go to school. Hey, you need to do your homework. I had nobody pressing me to do anything of that nature. And then it was such a small town. I get to school, bro, and I'm telling you, the teachers would be like, "Why'd you even show up if you're just going to sleep here?" And I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm sleeping because I was up at 3 a.m. in the morning last night because somebody dropped my mom off drunk in my fucking driveway, and I had to pick her unconscious body up as a 13-year-old and carry her in my house. So yeah, I'm sleeping in class. You know what I mean? And you're over here trying to motivate me in a negative way to why are you even here? Why are you even coming here? Well, if you're not going to, and it pissed him off because I'd sleep through class. I wouldn't take notes. I wouldn't do any of the homework, and then I'd pass every single test. It's just like it was just like no disrespect to them, but it's just like the levels of stuff that they had me was so beneath me and my intelligence that it was actually insulting. And I was just a kid, and I already knew like this is a waste of my time. I had way more stressful things to deal with and way more on my mind than having to deal with homework. I didn't care, you know what I mean? And so like I just bare minimum got by because I didn't do anything except tests. Didn't care. Didn't do anything, passed all my tests. And we had a no kid left behind thing when I was in school, which basically I could have failed everything and I still would have had to have been passed automatically through high school. That's why you see a lot of people my age, they're dumb as hell. But anyway, that being said, so I reconnected at 18, and then she was helping me. She was giving me food stamps and stuff so I could buy groceries and stuff for my house. Um, then I basically found out when I was about 20 that she had a brain disease, um, that had attributed to a lot of her emotions and moods and everything that I dealt with. And I'm sure that's probably a big cause of her addiction. And she's probably had it for most of her life. And she basically, it's it grows in your brain, and it's like think of cells, right? Like a cell structure, but like a spider web, and it's around your brain. It's basically a cell structure around your brain, and what it does is it goes around your brain, and then it starts to constrict and constrict and constrict, and it starts squeezing your brain and fucking with your emotions and all kinds of stuff, like crazy outbursts, all kinds of crazy behavior. And it's like a rare disease that I think like sub 1%. I can't even think of the name. Even if I knew it, I couldn't pronounce it. But so she started having brain surgeries, um, minor ones where, well, I say minor, but they would go through your main artery in your leg, and they shove a tube through your vein all the way up into your brain. It's got a little nozzle on the end, and they would spray the cells around her brain to loosen them so it stopped constricting her brain, and then they would cut pieces off of the cells basically. And that that would basically help because it's not constricting her brain anymore, and but they would grow back. So I mean, within like a 2 to 3 year span, she had almost 9 different brain surgeries. And I mean,
Gee.
I have pictures. It's like cut from the top of your ear over the top of your head, like my headphones, all the way over the other side of your ear, like, and they're working on her brain. And so when she got sick, um I started to come around and stuff like that, and she got remarried, without telling me, to some guy that I wasn't fond of at the time. Didn't know him, didn't get invited to the wedding, was really spiteful, just happened out of nowhere type of thing. And I basically was like, I didn't really get along with him. And then they wanted me to live with them because she it basically, I don't want to say epileptic because that usually happens off light reactions, but it made
Mhm.
her very prone to having seizures. And I mean like grand mal level seizures. So we're talking like she would just be standing in the living room, she'd seize and fall. And I mean, like, I came home one day from work. I don't know how long she was there, but she fell backwards and cracked her head on the filing cabinet and was just leaking all over the floor because she seized up and then passed out and then cracked her head open, and then she was just on the floor. And so like I had to call an ambulance and everything like that. So then I basically was there like 24/7. I was doing, all I was doing like house stuff. I was driving her to the store. I was running her errands, making sure she's taking her medicine on time. I'm not wiping her ass, but I'm there, you know what I mean, in the room. And I did that for a while until something happened. One day she got really drunk, um, like really drunk, and I had loaned them like $400 or something, some $400, some money, some stupid, and they were supposed to pay me back. They never paid me back, and then I was like, hey, like, or when are you guys gonna have my money? And she was like tweaking. She was basically like, like that was your rent. Like we don't have to fucking pay you back. Like, you know what I mean? Like she was kind of spazzing for no reason. And I was just like, what do you mean you don't have to pay me back? Like you said that I was alone. Like if you guys needed me to pay rent, I would pay rent. I was like, I thought my rent was like being here and helping, like take care of you, do the groceries, cook, like all this stuff. Like, and she basically got really mad and was like trying to walk away from me. So I was like, I was following her and I followed her in the living room. That's where her bedroom was at. I followed her over to her bed and I was like, are you seriously just gonna act like you guys don't have to give me that money? Like that's fucked up. And she's just like, she got mad and she pushed me. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I look over and she's like walking at me and she got nails and she started fucking woman like girl shit, you know what I mean? Like just swinging her arms all crazy. So I grabbed her arms, you know what I'm saying? I grabbed her arms and I was like, yo, like, what the hell? Chill out. Like, what's your problem? Like, and she went like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tried to pull her arms off. So I just let her go. And she was hella wasted, bro. So she fell. She fell, boom, fell backwards, like, caught herself, stumbled all the way on. I'm not even kidding. All the way on the other side of the room, like the complete other side of the living room, there's a stripper pole for her crazy ass. She fell into the stripper pole, like no life, like fell into the stripper pole and like hit her eye and her face, right? And so when my stepdad comes home, he thinks I beat her up, like legit thinks I beat her up. Now keep in mind, like I guess he don't know, but like my whole life I've seen guys beat the shit out of her, dude. Like I mean, I literally, like, I almost went to jail for attempted murder because this guy picked her up off the ground in my kitchen at like 4 o'clock in the morning on a school night, and I'm 15 years old. And he picked her up by her throat off the ground, and she was like screaming my name, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I got out of bed. I'm in my boxers. I like peek around the corner, and he's got her like this. So, and she's got her phone in her hand, like in her hand. She's trying to dial 911. She drops her phone, and he stomped her phone, like crushed it. Like you ain't calling 911. So I like I would go and grab my skateboard. I'm not gonna lie, I grab my skateboard, boom, just hit him with the trucks, like in the back, hit him in the trucks. He started running out my house, ran out my back door, slammed my back door so hard, all the glass in the window shattered, like literally all of it. I grabbed a knife and I chased him off my property with a knife. Dude called the cops on me, said I tried to kill him. So the cops get there, everything gets hashed out. Nothing happened. I didn't get in trouble, but I took the knife and when I threw it, like I threw it into the trees. I was like, they ain't getting the knife. You know what I'm saying? Like I just threw it and I wasn't even thinking. And then turns out dude had a warrant in another state for domestic violence or something like that. He ended up going to jail that night. Nothing happened to me. I didn't get in trouble. I was defending my mom. But it's just like I've been in like that's just one example. I've been in many situations where I've literally had to intervene because a grown man was beating her up and I'm a teenager. So it's like he's thinking I put my hands on her, which is just so out of pocket. It's not even okay. So I'm sitting on my computer like this, and he walks into my room and he grabs me by the throat from the back of my chair and picks me up off the fucking out of the chair, bro, and it shoves me against the wall. And he's like, you like to hit women? You know what I'm saying? You like to hit women? I was like, I ain't hitting no fucking women. And he's like, what if I hit you? I was like, you ain't gonna do shit. And I start cussing at him. I go like this, boom, crack my elbow back, just boom, elbowed him right in the side of his face, like hella hard. He dropped me. He's choked because I felt like that was like some prison stuff. Face against the wall, choking me out. Like I just cranked my boom, hit him with an elbow. He dropped me. I turned around. I boom, cleaned him. I'm not gonna lie. I dropped his ass. And then he's like, you're not welcome in my house. Took my TV, my Xbox, everything, threw it on the concrete, broke all my shit. Told me if I didn't get out, like I had 15 minutes to get the rest of my stuff or he'd call the cops. So I left, ended up staying on somebody's couch for like a week. Then a homie from Xbox Live actually ended up picking me up. He lived about 5 hours away, currently where I live right now. And he's like, hey, my grandma said you could stay on our couch until you get your feet out, get your feet under you. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. And he's like, I'll be there tomorrow. I was like, cool. And then he picked me up. I was there. Nothing. Didn't have nothing to my name. This is like probably 6 or 7 years ago. And then she felt bad, whatever, because like she told him that I didn't hit her, but he thinks, oh, she's just defending her son, blah blah blah. But I would never touch her. You know what I mean? Like I with how I grew up and what I seen, it was just so even crazy for me. That's why I got so mad, and I started fighting because that was just
The
out of
fact that
pocket.
he would even dare accuse you of that, or anybody
Yeah,
would for that
it's
matter.
crazy. It's crazy to me. Like so, boom, a little time goes by. She gets more sick. She hits me up. I start to get in contact with her. I start working full time. I moved out of the homie's house. I moved into another homie's house because it turns out the homie at that time giving him a lot of money for bills and everything. He wasn't paying bills. So I came home, there was no water, there was no lights, like no hot water, no lights on, no
Yeah.
electricity. And I was just like, I like had a breakdown. I called my other homie, who is also a homie from Xbox Live. They both lived in this town. And I was like, look, this is what's happened. I was like, I need something, like I need somewhere to go. And I told him that I would, pay or whatever. So he's like, no, you're good. Like, you don't have to pay anything. Just wait till you get paid or whatever. We can work out a situation. So I stayed in the room with him for probably like 6 months to a year or something like that. And then I ended up moving in with my chef that I worked with at the time after that. And I met my girl while I lived there, got on my feet really good. And then I got my house with her. And I've been in this place for like 6 years. And it was just crazy, like the whole series of events, because I started to get a little bit of more of a relationship with her after I left, and I kind of started to do like my own thing for like the first time. It's like I spent 21 years of my life basically in a really fucked up situation between
That
school and
brother, that is an understatement. Like, whoa.
that's not even like that's just me elaborating on like early. Like I could go earlier than that with stuff that's like it's actually just
Bro.
not appropriate for
Yeah.
stream because it's really dark and there's like some of the stuff that triggered my trauma, like that gave me PTSD. But like
Brother.
it's
Whoa.
now it's like crazy because then I started to develop a relationship with her, a lot like a more healthy relationship, but it was still more of like a brother sister type thing. And then
Oh.
um, boom, let's fast forward to me being 22. That was the first time I
Ah,
drank, right? Didn't ever want to drink in my life because I didn't want to be like her and I didn't want to be like my dad and I didn't want to be an alcoholic. And I thought it made you abusive and I thought it made you hurt. I thought it did all kinds of stuff, but I didn't realize that's because people couldn't control their stuff. And I just like, I've always was like, oh, if I touch it, I'm gonna be just like that. But that wasn't the case. So I turned 22. I started socially drinking a little bit, and then 2 years went by. Me and her, I was busy. I was working 60 to 70 hour weeks. I was running two different kitchens at the same time.
Jesus.
I was because I'm a chef, so it's like I was doing a lot. Yeah, bro, I'm working 60 to 70 hour a week. And I'm making $600 checks. Dog, like actually just horrible. I'm
Yeah,
barely
I
getting by.
mean,
So like, so basically, then
golly.
2 years happened. Go from 22 to 24. I was drinking a little bit socially. I she met my girlfriend. I drove out there. It's like 4.5 hours away. I drove out there. She met my girlfriend or whatever. And, at the time it wasn't my girlfriend, it's just my friend. But then, they got to meet each other and have like a good relationship. She liked her or whatever. And then I so busy, I just wasn't picking up the phone. And even when I wasn't busy, I wasn't picking up the phone. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm bad at reaching out. And she would always make me feel bad for not calling her. So like she called me while I was at the hospital with my girlfriend because her mom had back surgery. And I'm in the car and I don't remember what, like she was just mad at me for not calling. And she said like, keep in mind, like for me, this isn't anything. This ain't shit to me because it's just how we talk to each other. It wasn't like that wasn't like I've heard way more crazy things, way more out of pocket things that would make me way more mad than what she told me, but it didn't make me feel bad until something happened. But she said, one day you're going to wish that you called me more because someday something's going to happen to me and I'm not going to be here anymore and you're going to regret it. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Something along
Yeah.
those lines. And then she hung up on me before I could say anything. And I basically told her I was trying to say something, but then she hung up on me and then she wouldn't answer my call. I tried to call her back, nothing happened. And then not even 20 minutes later, I get a phone call that she died, literally, like died in a car accident. And I was like, "Oh yeah, haha, like it's so funny. Like you guys think that that's okay? Like that's a fucked up joke. Like it's not okay to say stuff like that. It's not funny. I don't think it's funny." "Oh no, it's real. It's real. Yeah, yeah." Because I've been in situations where similar things have happened, and they told me similar things when nothing actually happened to make me feel bad, type of thing. You know what I mean? So I think I was
Why?
just like, "Oh, they're gaslighting me. Oh, they're
Like,
gaslighting me." And then the next day happened and my stepdad called me, and my stepdad, he doesn't fuck around. So he told me, "Hey, she sees fucking when she sees she hit the pedal, floored it, jumped the curb straight into a brick wall. Boom, on impact, passed." They saved her organs, like they put her on life support, recuperated a lot of her organs, and she saved a couple of lives for sure. But that would, and then boom, so like the last conversation was like, "You're gonna regret it," and I was like, I didn't regret it, and then it happened, and then it was like 20 minutes after she hung up on me, literally, like it
oh,
was like she knew
bro,
or something. So then I was just
dude.
like, that fucked me up really bad, and I started drinking bad. Like I used to hate her my whole life for how much she drank, and then I didn't never really try to think of like, well, what did she go through that made her like that? And I mean, without getting too much into it, I found out after she passed that she had been molested by her biological father, like more than one time, type of thing. So that really messed
Jesus.
her up for her whole life. Like, and that was just, she carried that trauma. And that was why she drank as much as she drank. So I didn't understand until I got to that point. And then when he told me that, I got so mad. I punched my basement door in half. I hit it one time, split it right down the middle, just broke it, and I started crying. I had three of my friends sitting there with me. We were smoking a joint. They're all sitting in the kitchen with me. I punched it. They were like, "What the fuck?" And then I started crying because I was just like, "Damn!" Like I was like, my mom died.
You
And
had to let it out, man. You had so
yeah,
much. I wanna say as well, man. You never should have had to go through any of that. No kid, no teen, no young adult should ever have to go through anything that you went through in those few years. In those few years,
yeah.
man. Like the when you dude, I said I could write a story of my life. Hot damn, dude.
And I'm going quick. Like I'm going quick
like
through it because
like like
there's a lot of little minor
bro,
things that are
I let me
ridiculous.
tell you what, man. I think this is yeah, can we get some hugs in the chat for DNA, man? Wow, brother, let me tell you what, man. I've gone through some stuff in my life. I no reason to go into detail, but I've been through some really hard things, and yo, I this is the thing. You never know what someone else has gone through. You never
Yeah,
know what someone else has gone through, man. So, like, dude, there are people that walk around this life with a chip on their shoulder. There are people that walk around this life to act like they're better than people, and they're like, you couldn't even understand the pain and the hurt that I'm going through, and it's like, bro,
because people love to compare like it's a contest. It's not a
that and see
contest.
that that's
Everybody has
coming
trauma.
right back, dude. Yo, coming right back to the compare it if it's comparable. Like
Yeah,
it's not even comparable. Like you can't compare trauma to trauma. You know what I mean? Right? Like
yeah, it's so much different.
it's like
That's why I try to tell people, like, people, I'm just like, man, like, trust me, I understand. And people are just like, I'm not gonna argue with you and to convince you, I understand. But just like a lot
yeah,
of people don't realize is like I've been through so much experiences, so many different experiences that I actually genuinely understand 99% of them. Or somebody very, very close to me went through something almost identical. So I have a little bit of wisdom because it's just like all the shit that I've been through, ain't there's not even anything that could ever happen to me, not a single thing that it could ever happen to me that I wouldn't be able to get through. I've made it through like the worst and darkest parts of my
you
life.
have literally made it through like the most insane hurdles and struggles and obstacles
Made me
in
really
life.
strong. And I used to be really, really, really pessimistic, like super pessimistic and very angry.
Yeah,
And now I'm not even remotely close to that anymore. Like I'm
yeah.
significantly different. And it's just like I when she did pass, I started drinking really bad. I was drinking 2 fists a day every day for like 2, 3 years, bro. Literally. Until not last year, but the year before. And I was like, all right, I can't drink anymore. I'm killing myself. I'm fucking It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm taking shots. The same stuff that I used to be screaming at her, like, what are you doing? How are you drunk? It's only noon. Why are you taking shots at noon? What's wrong with you? Like, what the? And she'd just look at me calm. Like, I'm not even drunk. Like, I'm not drunk at all. Like, I'm not drunk. Like, and I was like, you're drunk. Like, you're fucking drunk. Like, you're lying. You know what I mean? Like, how are you not drunk? And then I started drinking like that. And then I was like, wow, I could take 7 of these and I'd be fine. Like, and it'd be 11 o'clock and I'd just be normal. You wouldn't even know that I drank. And it's just
Yeah.
like, I was like, damn. So what did I go through that made me get to that point now? Imagine what she went through. And then I started to empathize and look at everything from a completely different perspective and put aside my feelings of how she did or what she said. And then I started to look at everything she gave me, regardless of her situation, and how she worked 2 jobs to give me that Xbox on Christmas with Halo 3. You know what I'm saying? My perspective shifted drastically. And I started to hate myself. So I started drinking more, like more and more and more, like bad. And then I was just like, damn, I'm becoming everything that I hate. And so I had to stop drinking for a while until I could figure out a way to piece my life together without anything. So I stopped doing anything. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking weed. I took just a straight break to like really embrace,
You had like a moment. You had a
how I
moment
was
of like
feeling.
detoxing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, if I keep doing this, I'm just gonna one day I'm just gonna drink so much I'm not gonna wake up. I just know it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it. So I was just like, I really put the alcohol fucking down. Like now it's completely different. Like I'm in a way better headspace. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know how to sleep at night. I was drinking so much. And then mix all of that raw emotion of everything I go through. I've never been able to talk about anything. And when I try to talk about stuff, I get so emotional sometimes I can't articulate what I'm feeling. And then I might like say I might be arguing with somebody and I'm not the bad guy in the situation, but then I can't articulate my thoughts. I get mad and then I become the bad guy in that situation, right? So I
Yeah.
started to kind of just learn how to back up because I was just like, damn, I can't even tell people how I feel. I can't talk about it. So it's like, what do I do? So I started to do music when I was like 16. I was actually a vocalist for like death metal, like heavy, like screaming stuff, breakdowns, bass drops. I did that for like 8 or 9 years. I was really good. But I was very angry,
You do like
kind of
gutturals
dark.
too? You do any of that?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It was
Nice.
angry, kind of dark, like the stuff I was writing. And it
Yeah.
was like, it was a good way to express those feelings, but I couldn't express any more emotion. And then I don't know, I was in a car or something and we were smoking a blunt. And one of my buddies was like, oh, freestyle, freestyle. I was like, I don't know how to freestyle. And I freestyled and he like gassed me up and I thought it was so gas. And I was like, man, like this is a different way. I can express so many different emotions through this, not just anger, not just hate, not just my pain, my happiness, my sadness. You know what I mean? Like there's so much more emotions that I could do with this. I was like, damn, this seems like a really good way to just vent, like therapy session. So I started writing like Chief Keef grade lyrics, like that I don't like. I don't like. That's that shit I don't like. Like I started writing shit like that, and I thought it was so hard. And then as I got older, I think I was like 17. I found like Joey Badass and the Underachievers, like pro era East Coast shit. And Joey Badass was like the first lyrical artist. So I was like, dude, I want to do stuff like that. And then it just grew. And then like I can't like me and you, I couldn't go over to your house and after a bunch of stuff that happened and tell you like I'm telling you now, like everything, how I'm feeling, what I went through. But I could turn a beat on and I could write all of it out. I don't know if it helps because it rhymes. I don't know what it is, but I could write all of it out and I don't have to say it to nobody. I don't have to be in my room alone with the beat on and I could say it out loud to the beat. I could express it. That right there was like, boom, that's why I did music. I started music because of that, because I was never good at talking about anything. But for some reason, I was good at talking about it on a beat. So I started to do that. And then other people were like, oh, you should share it. Oh, you should make a video. And I was like, bro, like, no, I just do it because it makes me feel better about all the shit that I'm going through.
And
So like
it was kind of like
sometimes,
a outlet too to literally be
yeah,
able to like get those thoughts out of your head and to
exactly.
be able to verbalize it or
Yeah. So
man.
sometimes I'm writing and I'm tapping into how I felt 5 years ago. And sometimes I'm writing about how it is now. It's just like there any there's a lot of things that I held on to that I couldn't get off of my chest. I couldn't get that weight off. And until I started music. And then it's just like then I just boom. It's just like I'm dropping pounds off my shoulders. Like and then that's why I did it. That's why I still do it. I literally don't I don't do it for anybody else. I do it for me because it makes me feel better. And that's why my stuff is usually so emotional, sometimes angry, whatever. But like now I'm super excited to share the stuff that I'm going to be dropping in the beginning of next year, maybe late this year. That's so much different. Like I've evolved so much. I spent the last 2 years writing and working on this. I've never spent that much time on anything ever. And it's so good. And I have all of this knowledge of music theory that I've applied that to where it's just like I'm making like art now. Like I'm making actual songs, hooks, verses, everything. But I just that everything that I carried up to that point, probably in my 20s, to when I really started like locking in and writing stuff that to me mattered because it made me feel better. And then I was just like, that when I realized there's other people that maybe they didn't go through the same thing, but they felt the same way, and then I could connect people. So like, because that's all I could think of when I was young. Is I was like, I'm in this alone. There's nobody else out here that ever went through what I went through, but nobody had it worse than me. So ignorant. And it's just like
Yeah.
now it's like, damn, there's all these people that actually did and actually feel like that or actually went through something similar. It's just like I'm not just helping me anymore. It's just like, so I put it out there for anybody that might enjoy it or might need it or might need to hear maybe some perspective or maybe that they're not the only person going through what they're going through.
Yeah. I mean, if you can help somebody too, you know, and that's the thing too. Like with music, music can connect people from all different walks of life and all that, you know. So if you
I'm about to
if
switch to my phone for 1 single second. I gotta, or wait, actually, hold on. I mean, I don't want to talk to you while I poop, but can you give me like a,
you're
can you
good,
give me
man.
like
You're
a two
good, man.
minutes real quick?
You're good.
You could break down all of that bombs I just dropped on you
Dog.
because I'm about to go drop a bomb in the bathroom.
Dog. Guys.
Oh shit! All right, I'll be right back.
Bro, my diaphragm hurts. My diaphragm hurts. Oh, I'm laughing so much, man. My abs hurt, bro. Yo. Yo. Oh my god. Oh man. Golly. Oh wow. Okay. Damn. Wow. Okay. All right. Um. Golly. By the way, Jay. Hello. 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 Um. Wow. Wow. You said he's just skimming the top too. Hey man. Yo, I'm so happy you two know each other. I'm so happy you two have each other's back. I wow. Wow. Golly. Oh man. I'm so happy that yo, you whoa, damn. Golly. Oh man. Mm. It's like we were talking about, man. You never know what someone else has gone through, bro. Like you never know what someone else has gone through. So, whoa, dude, there's so many like you can't be somebody that walks through life and like thinks, you know, you got the worst life and you have like the worst trauma and everything because you never know what someone else is going through. Someone else could literally be going through something that, not comparing, but if you were to technically compare it, right, it would be 10 times worse and they're just, you know, they're going. They're still living. They're still trying to evolve and grow and cope with everything that's happening, right? Like oh man, that's the thing, dude. Like life in a multitude of ways is so hard, and like the stories and freaking testimonies that people have, man, and what DNA has shared with us, dude. My man,
RIP the bathroom.
yo, I said RIP the bath. Yo, my man, I am by the way, V man, what's going on, brother? How you doing, V? I dog, I am incredibly I'm honored to be able to have this conversation with you and to have you feel, comfortable enough to talk about that kind of stuff, man. Because that's a bomb,
Yeah,
dog.
2 years ago wouldn't have been able to, but it's different now. I mean, I always never really had a problem about it. It's just like some stuff, stuff I haven't mentioned is just like it's so what's the word, like graphic that people don't believe me a lot of times. So it's just not even. I don't even bother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like one of the reasons that music was so great is just like before music, what I didn't have anything, right? But what I did have was games. Okay,
yeah,
so you know what I did is I locked into games like Call of Duty 4. Like I got my first Xbox um when Halo 3 dropped, first Assassin's Creed dropped, and Skate 1 dropped, and I got all those games for Christmas. I was so hype. Like my mom somehow got it for me. I didn't think it would happen. I got it, and then I had Xbox Live, and I had the little crappy headphones like that came with the Xbox. And a lot of people read. Like I used to read to for escapism, like lose myself in a book, and then I started playing games, and I realized I could do the same thing at games, and so then I started gaming and gaming and gaming, and Halo 4 dropped, right? Halo 4 dropped. I was fucking number one SWAT player in the world for the first 2 months of that game. So
dang,
I threw myself like when I wasn't at school, all I was doing was playing the game, literally all night, so I just to get out of all of the stuff that I was talking about, I lost myself in the game. That was how I got through everything. I'm not lying, everything. Like with the before music, even up to the point of when I had music without gaming and music combined. I don't know if I'd still be here because gaming, and then I got into the competitive aspect of gaming and competing like more recently and started like well, I don't want to say more recently because I was playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 sniper lobbies. I was playing money matches on UMG. I was playing GB ladders. I was doing everything. I wanted to be pro in Call of Duty, like you know what I mean. And then it evolved into other games, like and then so every game I played, I just had to be good. I had to be like diamond or better. It was just like a goal. Like I couldn't. So I'd get good and then I quit. And then later on, like more recently, I was like, what if I just don't quit when I get good and I keep going? And that was like multiverses. I just hard committed and then ended up achieving crazy goals. A lot of people recognize me as like one of the best Black Adams. Not even that, but just like a really, really good all around. Like I'm definitely top 25, 30 overall in that game online. I never got to go play lands, but I'm going to be at Evo next year. So watch out. I'm taking top 8, 100%.
let's go, my man. Let's go. Yo,
Okay, another one. Cheers.
hey, cheers, brother. I got some water. That's all I got, but
Hey, it counts. It's the thought that counts.
gotta get that hydrate. You know what I mean? Gotta get that hydrate, brother. Um, well, like I said, man. So nobody, kid, teen, young adult, no one should have ever had to go through anything that you went through at any point in time, man. But I want to say, I want to. Oh man, dude, I want to say thank you so much for still being here. I want to say thank you
Oh
so
yeah.
much for making it through that. I want to say thank you so much for being able to get to the place that you are now by evolving and growing and maturing. And I never should have had to do that. You never should have had to grow when you did. You never should have had to go
Yeah.
through that trauma that forced you into that adult living when you were, 14, 15, 16. Like you never should have had to do that at that point. But I'm so happy that
I'm glad I did because I wouldn't be me.
I and see and
I'd
that,
be
that that's
ignorant and angry still, I
that's
bet.
that's that's the thing too, man. Like I, I I've seen it for so long, man. Like, oh, if I could just go back, if I could just take it back, if I could just, erase that or make that thing. No, you wouldn't. You literally would not be you. Like, you literally, like
100%.
everything that has happened, the good, the bad, literally everything, bro. Your lowest moment, your highest moment, and every single thing in between has literally made you exactly who you are. You change a hair of that detail, and you're a different person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the struggles and the traumatic events that you went through were horrible and you never should have gone through those. But I'm so happy that you made it through that. My dog,
Yeah.
you made it through that, and you are living to tell this story today.
I'm
And
not
I'm
gonna
proud of
lie
you.
that like there's so I mentioned two things.
I'm
Thank you.
proud. I'm
I
proud of
mentioned
you.
two things. It was
Thank you.
music and games, right?
Yeah.
Now that was half true because like if I'm looking in hindsight right now and I'm thinking there's four things because I started smoking weed when I was 16. Um, not a good idea. To start, you should not be doing it that young. That's horrible. Like it's, but that there's people my age. They're popping perks. They're eating Xanax, popping Adderall. There's people doing Vicodin. There's people drinking. There's people doing all kinds of hardcore stuff, and I just smoked weed. Like
Yeah.
that was what I gravitated to, and I did it. That probably started way too early, 100%. Because like I don't even right now. Like if you have to be 21 to go even get some legally
Hmm.
where I live. You go to the dispensary,
Yeah.
but without that, without pot, without music, without skateboarding was a huge part of my life. It still is. And without music, music, games, a little bit of weed, skateboarding, that was my vices. Like only one of them's technically a vice, right? But the other ones are more of an outlet or
Yeah.
hobby or whatever you want to call it. But um honestly, like cuz that helped me chill the fuck out. I was really I used to get like blackout angry all the time for like over little things. I had no control over it. That was just something that always kind of happened in my family. It's just like that was something that's inside of our blood and in our DNA, if you will.
And
Just
actually, now that you say that, my mom wanted to know, how'd you come up with the name? When did you say that was kind of like your brand? That was your name. That's what you were gonna go as, like your alias.
well, my nickname, my nickname, like when I was younger, was KJ, Korean Jesus, because 21 Jump Street. Um, I used to be baked, so I'd wear sunglasses all the time. And my homie just called me Korean Jesus, and then they shortened it and just started calling me KJ. And I was just like, I hated it. I didn't like it. So I was just like, back in the day on Xbox Live, man, it's all about having that OG gamer tag, right?
Yeah,
So
dude.
OG gamer tag is usually like a one word tag spelled
Mm-hmm.
properly,
Yep.
no numbers, no anything, no X's in
No,
front or
yep,
anything.
no
So,
X's, no 420s, 720s, no
so
scopes, phase blaze it, none of that.
yep. So
Just a couple letters. Yep, that was
I was
OG.
like, man, like it was when I moved out here actually when I was on my homie's couch. We had a clan. It was like Drop, and then whatever your name was. We had like Drop Guap. My homie's name was Drop F because that's his favorite tuning for guitar. It's really heavy. And then I was like, I can't remember. I was like I was Drop something stupid. Drop something. I can't remember, but I was just like, hey man, like Austin isn't really playing anymore. Like I'm just gonna change my name. It's like, what are you gonna change it to? I was like, I don't know. So I sat there for like 7 hours, like typing stuff in, and I was just like, I typed in DNA, and then nobody like. I was like, damn, it won't work because it's only 3 letters. You need like four. So I was like, oh, what do I do? I was like, oh, DNA strands. I was like, nah, that's not like an OG tag. It's 2 words. Like it's two. There's a space in it. Like that's not gonna work. And I told my homie, he's like, no, that's hard. He's like, you need to use that. So I boom snagged it. I was like, It's like, is there any artists that have that? Like, so I had like boom research, trying to find a DNA strands, like a rapper, any kind of artist, couldn't find one. Boom. It's like, oh, okay, like so something clicked in my head. I was like, boom, Instagram. Anybody have DNA strands? No, nobody had it. Boom. I was like, Facebook. Anybody have the DNA strands? So I made the pages for everything. I was like, nobody has this, and then I ended up like going with my distribution to stores, and that's really where you have to like if there was another one they would have popped up. There wasn't on any store. Like, and I'm talking over 50. We're talking Amazon, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc. Like everything you can think, even Deezer, bro, fucking Pandora.
Yeah,
No DNA
Pandora,
strands.
man. Golly.
No DNA strands. So I was just like, oh, all right, I was like, that's got to be OG. It's not anywhere. It's not on Instagram. It's not on Facebook. It's not on the internet. There's nobody that's making music under this. So I snagged it. And then the second that I did it through my distribution and I released that first project, it locked my name in copyright. So I was just good. And it just kind of it's stuck. And it's always like some people call me DNA, some people call me strands, but it always just kind of stuck. And I just always liked it because usually everything that I do, I feel like it's coded into my DNA, like music, everything. Like it's just part of me. Your DNA is part of you. So that's how I got the origin for it. It's just
I
like
love that.
it literally took me like 7 hours, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
Yo, I
to
love
figure it
that.
out.
And I love that that name's been with you for a long time too. You know,
Facts.
the name's actually been with you for like, I think I came up with Oborrok.
At least 8 years.
Yeah, I think I came up with Oborrok like it was December 31st, 2017. December 31st, 2017 is when I came up with that, man. Um, Yo, that's freaking crazy, man. You have an entire origin story, and I like how I love how you
Now,
said
am I
that
going to be
too.
a superhero or a villain? Find out on the next episode of
Of
Oborrok's
Dragon,
podcast.
yeah, of Dragon Ball Z Kai. Hey yo, oh man, oh dude, that's freaking sick, man. That is freaking sick. By the way, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time, man. Seriously,
No,
thank you
thank you
for
for having me. I
yeah,
appreciate it because like I've literally been telling myself like, dude, I would love to get on one of these just in general and just talk in general, not even about music or anything. Just because
yeah,
I love talking to people, having good conversation, and I could talk for hours. So
absolutely. No, I
no, it's a blessing.
hey, it's an honor. It's an absolute honor, man. So I got a question for you here, bro. Uh, what was it about rap music specifically that interested you? Like, what was it that really just like this hits harder than anything else? Like that's what you really gravitated towards, rap music specific,
Okay.
or like hip hop. Either or.
Can I show you? Can we listen to a song?
I mean, it might get hit. It might get hit on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we could listen to a snip or something maybe. So I like I said, I was listening to Chief Keef
Mm,
hard.
mhm,
OTF, Chicago drill music. That was big when I was in like I was like a sophomore, like big. That shit, it was catchy. I was just like, man, I was like, and then I was listening to it, and I'm like, wow, I could rap better than that. Like not even on some ignorant. I was just like, man, like they're blowing up. Like anybody could do this. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I
mhm,
was already doing music. But then I tried, like, it took me years before I found my own lane, before I actually was making my own music and I wasn't biting somebody else's flow or remixing somebody else's beat or you know what I mean? So it's like uh I got to that point and I was just like, damn, I was like, I could do this. That like confirmed it. It's so like so cocky and like arrogant, but it was just like, oh, I could do that. I could do that. But then I was just like, but they're not really talking about anything. And then my homie he shows me the Underachievers. And I was like, oh, who's this? He's like, it's these guys from the East Coast. So I listened to this. Their first project is called Indigoism. And when I heard Indigoism, that was the first time that I paid attention. Like I listened to I listened to 50. Like I listened to so much 50 Cent. It's crazy. Like I was in the store because I come from the CD era. So I had to go to Walmart with my mom and have her buy me the fucking CD because I couldn't buy it because I wasn't old enough because there's swear words on it. So I remember I bought Get Rich or Die Trying. I bought all the 50 albums. I'm not lying. I was on the bus with my crappy little headphones and my CD player in my pocket. And I was like, there's a song called Bitch Get in My Car. Like from 50. He's like, ain't got no pickup lines. I stay on the grind. I tell these hoes all the time, bitch, get in, my bitch, get in. And I was on, I was on a bus, bro, like screaming this shit. And people were just looking at me like hella weird. So I was like already like, but I didn't tap into lyric. I didn't tap into anything. I was just like, that shit was so catchy. That was like where it was at for me. So then I basically, as I got older, and then I started listening to lyrics. Then I really got into Beast Coast, which is like pro era, like
mm.
Joey Badass, Capital Steez, rest in peace, Underachievers, Flatbush Zombies. You know what I'm saying? Nick Caution. Like there's all pro era is literally goaded. So I tapped in, and then Joey dropped a song on one of these albums, on his self-titled album called Badass, and it's called Paper Trails, and it's basically like the whole concept is like money's the root of all evil,
Mm.
and I was like, I really tapped into lyrics. I remember every lyric off of that whole album pretty much, and I really tapped in, like locked in hard. And that was when I was like, man, I was like, I think I can make music like this more meaningful, something that's not just talking about, oh, I'm smoking and I'm fighting or I'm doing like or I'm rapping about stuff that I never did or I started to like rap about experiences, and that's when I started to learn how to like use it as an outlet in a sense, right? Um, so there's a song, it's called Paper Trails. I'm a. We don't have to listen to the whole thing, obviously. I'm assuming you're on like some sort of time crunch, right? Um, but I do want like this is 8 years old, so this is before I was even DNA, like right. So this has it's just so it has it has the word like the cuss words they're spelled out on the lyrics because I want to give you lyrics. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
When it comes to the actual song itself, YouTube will hit like 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely look at I'll absolutely look at the lyrics. But if we like play it, YouTube, they might,
Yeah.
actually try to like
Do you think that
copyright the
they'll
stream.
cut out just
Whoa, what just happened? Uh, what just happened? Hello? Yo, hold up. Where did what in the world? Uh, hold up. Oh, snap. What happened, bro? Okay. I apologize about that. Technical difficulty here. Yo. Yeah, I don't know what in the world happened. Hold up. Oh, what? Out of memory? Dog, how? What? Wait, what? Out of memory? Either Opera ran out of memory or the process for the web page was terminated for some reason. Huh? Hold up. Yeah, I don't know what in the world happened, bro. My Discord completely stopped. My Discord literally will not open anymore. This is insane. My whole OBS window also is my whole OBS window is frozen. I can't change anything on here. I can't turn on sources, turn off so I can't do nothing. Yo. Hold up. Wait, can you guys still see? Wait. Are you guys able to see me? Oh, snap. Hold up. Wait. Did you guys see me right there? Hold up. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you guys can still see me, right? That's freaking weird. That's really freaking weird cuz I can't see anything on this window. I can't see nothing on this